Let's talk about that Final Fantasy XIV stuff, though. So, was it Final Fantasy XIV is reportedly threatening to drop, threatening, by the way, to drop below 1 million active players. So, I mean, what they mean by active players, that just means that players that are active like on a daily basis. So, for instance, on a daily basis in all of World of Warcraft, there's probably several millions of people that log in and out every day. That's what's considered an active player, right? I said next expansion is their Legion, which I think is true. And I don't know, like the reaction is kind of weird. I played Final Fantasy since the beginning. IMO the story has just gotten awful. People praised Endwalker, but it bored the shit out of me, and Dawn Trail did the same. I can't imagine Endwalker was boring. It's probably the best MMORPG storyline I've ever played. I think the way Yoshi P tells stories can get to people after a while, big story cutscenes and hours of fetch quests. I agree. But what do you do though if you're Final Fantasy? You can't just get rid of that. That's like the core of their experience. Like I said earlier, right? That's the most annoying part about Final Fantasy is like the story is good, but you have to like read and watch like 2.5 hours of cutscenes and dialogue. And then you go to like a little circle thing in the ground and you kill 2 mobs and you go back and turn it in for another 2 hours of stuff. Let's see, the latest expansion is pretty bad. The only redeeming thing about it would be the new raids and dungeons. Long-term players' concerns about the expansion were being brushed to the side as nothing more than burnout. Their focus on the newer player experience didn't help too. The game was so brain dead that newer players would hit endgame content and not know what an AoE is. Oh man, I dipped after 10 plus years of playing. Looks like other players took their advice and are playing something else. Which is what Yoshi P tells you to do, right? I mean, to be fair, he tells you, literally, we don't want you playing our game 24/7. He's like, I play World of Warcraft when I'm done with my own game, you know? It's 13 years old. Man, technically WoW is 20 and it has millions. No one wants these trash forever live service games. They're not engaging, and there are so many great new games that they take your time away from. Let's see. Number 1, listening to the ethics department. Making it an insufferable character in a product that you charge for, wasting potential instead of creating something new, getting ESG money. What's ESG? Oh, is that what? So they're trying to say that like Final Fantasy went woke, bro? Are you telling me Final Fantasy wasn't woke this entire time? Have you seen their characters from the beginning of since the Realm Reborn? Final Fantasy was woke before woke was the term used as woke. Like, what are people talking about right now, dude? It's like these just started playing Final Fantasy like 2 months ago.